Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Rescuing Our Community, Empower and Educate the Less Fortunate, I am Clayton here, beginning my week of live cast starting Wednesday night. Um, I got a lot of emails and responses from my last call for the. I thank you all for the sympathy and understanding the situation. Those of you read and say that you understood why I was doing it. I do understand those of you told me to continue the fight, but honestly, I can't do that. I'm tired. I don't want anything to do with this creature of a woman. I'm done, people. I've done everything I can to be a good and honest and supportive father to my daughter. I can prove it with interaction. People, a man has a right just as much as a woman does to improve his life person he can for his child. And when the mother is the main adversary who is trying to stop the father's elevation and growth, then that father has a responsibility to remove that him limited from his life. Fathers deserve to have a right as much as mothers, and it's the best interest of children to parents constantly at war because the mother is jealous of the father. And people, this happens a lot more than people. Mothers become jealous of fathers for various reasons. Be obviously more intelligent. The father may be more resourceful. May realize that the father is a superior person in character and lifestyle to them, so and want to destroy the father if the father does not wish to be with them. Completely the situation I'm in with the disgusting pig of a prostitute that I unfortunately impregnated by accident shortly after the death of my mother. Grief really messed up thing, people. Grief can make you lose the rest of your life. One night, probably 2 or 3 weeks after my late mother passed, people, I was horribly depressed and I decided to have sex with a disgusting impregnated. And people, I have paid for that decision since the date I found out. And I don't blame the child for this. The child has nothing to do with the fact that her mother is a piece of shit. It has absolutely nothing to do with that, people. My child has done nothing to deserve what is happening to her. The matter is, as a man, you are only appreciated in this world. You are only respected in this world. You are dealt with as an equal in this world by how effectively you can manage your affairs and what you can do for the people that you love. That is a fact. Men are not loved for men. We're not loved as men for looks and all of the other things that women are just naturally loved for. No, even if a man looks good, as men, we are only loved and respected as it relates to our competence in the world and what we can do for the people we love. At this current stage in my life, people, I can't provide for my daughter the way I want. I can't provide for my daughter the way I want, fighting the lies of my crazy ex-girlfriend, Francina Evans, and the destruction that the Staten Island Richmond County District Attorney's Office did to me when they falsely prosecuted me and charged me thousands of dollars to defend allegations I was completely innocent of. I can't afford to keep fighting these women that lie on me in courts because of racism and discrimination that refuses to accept the fact that the woman is the criminal defendant. See, people, they want to prosecute men. They especially want to prosecute black men, but they definitely want to prosecute men over women. And this is why men suffer in allegations of domestic violence, even when you're the victim. People, I am a federally protected victim of a domestic violence final restraining order that has never received the resources of the order. People, I have a child's mother who has lied on me on the record in the court, meaning she's admitted in the court on the record she's falsified petitions and police reports, and the court chooses to do nothing to her. People, I have numerous orders that the child's mother has never complied with, and guess what? The court refuses to make the child comply with the orders of the court. People, I am tired. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to keep fighting for a child against a woman who is jealous of me and angry because I don't want him. So, people, I made the intelligent decision to do something that I knew was in the best interest of my child. Even though my child deserves to have her father, she doesn't deserve to be locked in a situation with an abusive, bitter drug addict of a mother. So there's really only one way I can expose that, people, by filing an ACS case. And ACS doesn't really work for fathers, people, because ACS allows the mothers to lie their way out of the system, even if ACS knows that the mother might have a drug problem. ACS is completely determined to support the lies of bitter and abusive mothers. And people, that's wrong. No man should have to go through that with a woman who is going to continue to do things to him that's going to jeopardize his peace of mind and his well being. And I think that's wrong that the court system in itself would even allow somebody to do something like that to an innocent man. So, people, I decided to take a stand. Yes, I did. I decided to do what was in the best interest of my child, and I decided to step back, people, because the truth is I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this disgusting ass woman no more. I don't want to be involved in a situation where I'm continually fighting this woman before the corruption of racist and biased women in the family court who choose to make men the offenders instead of looking at the fact that they can actually be more credible and truthful than a woman. So everyone who contacted me, most of them wanted to know, yo, bro, how did you do that? How did you petition the court to get your rights, to relinquish your rights? Now, in New York State, which is where I've done this at, is what the fuck is wrong with my phone today, bro? Come on with this shit, bro. This is retarded. Fucking phone keeps freezing, people. Excuse me. So in New York State, it is actually illegal. It is actually somewhat illegal to petition a court to relinquish your paternal rights because they claim the court is in the best interest of the child. But the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, that is a crock of shit. The family court does not have the best interests of children at heart. It has the best interests of the finances of its employees, the judges, the court appointed attorneys, the sheriffs, the court reporters, the administrative staff. That's what family court is truly about. Family court does not give a damn about the interest of children. This is why they blindly support mothers with drug problems and criminal records and proven liars over men with established careers, solid mental states, and definitely better suited to take care of children. Because the truth of the matter is they know by empowering the woman, they're going to keep an emotional aspect of it that's going to keep these people before the court for months or years, thereby feeding the pockets of the court. As a man, people, again, you are only going to be judged competent by how well you can effectively deal with situations. And I want to say in the street or in personal life. How well you can effectively deal with a situation is going to determine how well people respect you. I have been fighting the Kings County Family Court and the Staten Island Richmond County Family Court people for years. And not because I've done anything, people, because again, the court is so determined to prosecute men, it refuses to hold women who are caught being deceitful responsible. So what the court will do in exchange to not hold these women accountable is it will violate procedural due process. It will violate the rights of the plaintiff who can prove that the woman is lying, people. It will bury reports. It will falsify documents. It will control narratives, people. The family court is the most corrupt institution in any local and state government. The family court is completely unregulated. And what I mean by that is they have no oversight committee to regulate or monitor the actions of these judges or officials within the court. So they're basically allowed to do whatever the hell they want to people because there's no one there to regulate them to say, hey, you know something? What you're doing to this litigant is wrong. There's no one there for a litigant to go to and say, wait a minute, this is not right. I need help with this. People, you have no one to go to in family court. Why the fuck won't this let you log on? Oh my God, people. So you have no one to go to in family court when you truly need help. No one. You can't go. The only person they claim you can go to is someone who is called the supervisor. This is fucking bullshit. This is such bullshit with this Facebook. I got to figure out what the hell is wrong with this because this is starting to get on my nerve. The only person you can go to in a situation where you have a violence dispute with a judge in family court is to a person called the presiding judge. Now, the presiding judge in family court is the main judge in the family court who you will see when you have a domestic dispute with another party. That judge is responsible for judicial oversight and reviewing the processes of the court to determine whether or not you received fairness or the procedures were upheld. And I believe that's called again for the record procedural due process. Forgive me, people. Just bear with me a second. For some reason my phone is freezing and it's like messing everything up, so I'm gonna try to do it from my computer and just get this done. It's really getting annoying today, everyone. Hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna paste if it ever goes through. This is kind of throwing us off, so let's just get our life right today, people, and we'll be ready to go. because so many people did email me from YouTube and TikTok and Instagram that I thought this would be an appropriate video. Now, for the men out there who think relinquishing their rights is just a way to get out of child support, you're a bum. And honestly, you're a loser because you shouldn't want to relinquish your parental rights just because you don't want to pay for your child. See, people, I have no problem paying for my child. I have problems giving the money. I have problems giving cash directly to the mother of my child because she's a complete generator and a piece of shit. So I refuse to give her cash, but I buy my daughter whatever she wants, which is naturally what a man should do for his child when he does not want to give the woman any money. The mother of my child doesn't like this, so what she does is lie and call me a deadbeat publicly, but she can't call me a deadbeat to the court because I have receipts to prove that I am providing for the child. So, people, when in the face of dealing with a woman like this, I decided to petition the court to get rid of her. One second. I think it's going to work this time. Yes, it is, people. So, without further ado, do. Here we go. Excellent. I think we got it. Yes, we do, people. God is good. It's done. There we go. So, in attempting to get my power back and mitigate the situation that I have been unfortunately thrust in, I decided to do several things. Now, my child's mother entered into a joint custody agreement and settlement agreement with me back in February of 2025. But I'm gonna be honest with you, people. I knew this woman was a complete piece of shit, and she would never abide by the order. I knew the only reason she was complying is because she wanted to be in a relationship with people. People, it started from the moment we started talking. She started talking about we was a family, how my ex girlfriend's actions was trying to destroy her little family. People, you got to be in a unit of three to be in a family. If a man is just trying to take care of the child and wants nothing to do with the woman, that's not a family. You're delusional. That man wants to be with his daughter. He doesn't want to be a unit with you. And I think what was wrong with this disgusting creature is that she didn't want to get that through her head. So for months, I had to listen to when this woman came back in. It's her making references to us being a family and taking trips. Bitch, are you out of your mind? I want nothing to do with you. You lied on me to the cops. You've done horrible things. What the hell makes you think that I'm going to forget that and everything is going to be rosy? No, I told you from the beginning the relationship was about the child. Stop trying to get other stuff that's never going to happen. People, that wasn't enough for her. So people, she started doing things to me, and I said, you know something, Clean, you need to take legal action against this court because people I already knew this wasn't going to last. This alleged joint custody thing because I knew what she was truly after, which was a relationship. People, you can only duck someone so long who wants to be in a relationship with you before they realize that you don't want them. Once they realize you don't want them, if you're a man in a situation where it involves a child, you have a problem because that mother is going to become bitter and angry and she's going to totally change what she's doing in the court that makes her seem compliant to be against you. And this is exactly what happened to me. But I was smart, people, because I knew my child's mother was a piece of shit. So when I went into our house for the first visit, I made sure I had these beautiful Ray-Ban glasses on that I want to show you right here. People, these are the best glasses I ever bought. You know why, people? Because they record. So while I sat in this woman's house, I recorded everything I see. And you know what I caught, people? I caught her smoking weed in front of the child. People, she even asked me if I wanted some weed. And I said no, people, because I was recording, of course. I'm not stupid. So I sat there and I let her talk to me while I was recording her with these glasses, smoking weed while my daughter's playing. And I even said to her in the video, you smoke weed in front of her all the time. People, that was the lineup. I was just waiting for her to video like I'm about to use in court when I go back. So people, I try to work, but it doesn't work because you work with someone who's jealous of you and wants something from you you're not willing to provide. So what I first did was I filed something called it, and I want to show it to my audience. This is a notice of claim. Now, in major cities like New York, when you want to seek action against the city of New York, you have to file what's called a notice of claim with the city. Claim summarizes the intent you pretend to bring the whatever agency you're trying to sue the city of New York, whether it be the cops, the um, social services, ACS, the police, whoever you want to see sue. If they're a city agency, you have to file a notice of claim with the city first. It's part of some public record, public law. Remember what it is. But basically, I filed this notice of claim with the Kings County Court for my intent to sue the Kings County Court for numerous due process violations relating to my rights as a parent protected by the 14th Amendment, which is why I've been given so much educational classes on how to do this, people, because clearly I researched it because I had an issue with it myself. So I filed this notice of claim with the Kings County Court alleging procedural due process violations by the court, parental alienation by the police reporting by mother that went unpunished by the court, failures to enforce the order that went unpunished by the court. People, I went in on this notice of claim. Now they do have a generic form that you can also fill out for a notice of claim. You go to their website at the New York City Controller's website if you're in New York City, claim from their application and fill out your request from the city if you receive monetary damages. Now, people, I believe that the damage that this city of New York did to my autistic daughter and preventing me from being part of her life that would help her develop is worth. I can prove that I could have done things for my child. I can prove that I'm more intelligent than the mother, and I can prove that my intrinsic life would have benefited her greatly, as opposed to what the court did by purpose to the child for completely no legal justification other than the fact that it disliked me as a black man who stood up for myself. And that's exactly what happened. So I filed this notice of claim, preparing for the fact that my child's mother, being the completely disgusting piece of shit she is, exactly what I say. And people, as you can see, I have dates here. People, I wasn't playing. I started blowing this back all the way till February of 2023. March 30th, May 18th. People, I have numerous dates in this claim that can show a federal judges and attorney within the Kings County Court violated my procedural due process. I have transcripts, people, and transcripts are how you catch lawyers and judges and do things that violate statutory or judicial law or case law, excuse me. This is how you catch them. So, people, it took me thousands of dollars to pay for these transcripts, but I got every court transcript and I found every procedure violation, racial bias by one of the attorneys, and every time a judge lied on the record, appropriate. And what I did was file a 2 claim against the city, which they did accept, people, and they are investigating right now. But people, I would have left my mother if my daughter's mother had done the right thing. But people, as you can see, she clearly can't. People, she's a complete piece of shit. So people, with respect to this order, because I did get tired of it, hold on. You can remove. With respect to that order, after I did that, the next thing I did was file. Nope, that's the emergency application. That one. The next thing I filed was this. This is the notice of claim. So now, once my child's mother had to abide by the agreement from April 2nd, 3 days ago, actually, it might have been last Friday. I think it was. I filed this federal complaint, which is Brooklyn. Now, what is this complaint alleged? Let's walk through that, people, because see, this woman thought that she was dealing with a damn idiot. And what she intended to do was try to use this child because she figured by using the child, maybe it would be a come up for her bum ass. But people, she's wrong. You got to be a good woman for a man to want to help you out. But if you're a piece of shit, no man's going to want to leave you in whatever garbage can you came from. And that's exactly where this woman came. So from the garbage she came and from the garbage she will return, people. But I won't be. And unfortunately, until my child is capable of interacting with me, she's going to have to stay in that garbage can with this woman because I want a piece of shit of a woman. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. This thing is going so slow today. So this is the complaint I'm filing against them. We don't need the statement of facts. I'm going to get you right into the action so we can get right of what this federal complaint against the Kings County Family Court is really about. So I filed the Kings County Family Court for several things. One, representation issues. New York State requires that all attorneys must divulge representation status upon the time of acceptance of a client. In the Kings County, disgusting piece of shit who was assigned to my decided that he was going to try to violate procedural due process by pretending to be my attorney information to help this woman get unfair leverage, unfairly custody battle for a child. He talked to me for weeks, and then people, right before the hearing date, he confessed it was my child's mother, and then got in court and it to the judge. All I had to do was pull up all the call records from myself, calling this guy for myself, text messages that I had sent to him to establish that he and I had had contact for 3 weeks, which he returned over a 3 week period. The next thing I did was buy the transcripts where the judge lied on the record about assigning this freaking fool to me, and also where this man lied on the record also. And then I petitioned the Kings County Court supervising judge who totally saw that I was telling the truth, removed the lawyer and removed the judge. I talked about how to get a lawyer and judge removed, and it worked. I am now suing the Kings County Court for that very action I did that exposed my child's mother's attorney for misconduct and the judge. So that's my lawsuit. The next part of my lawsuit is to force the mother to comply with any order issued by the court. The order to issue medical records, never been complied with. The order to comply for the educational records, never been complied with. The visitation order, people met with, and they have never taken a single criminal action. What they do is defer the action. When there's orders of protection against her, they dismiss the action, and they know she violated the order. But people, the point of order of protections is not to arrest the mother. It's to arrest the father, to further effectuate the racism and the bias of family court. They don't want to arrest the women. They want to arrest the men, and this is what they do. So, people, I file a lawsuit for all of the things that happened. And I did this last week because I was tired. My child's mother was going to mess up. So right now, as you see here, this in the Eastern District of New York against the Kings County Family Court for $8 million. You see, the notice of claim only asks for one, because when you put in a notice of claim, you're asking them to settle matters before the court. You're asking them to litigate and try the matters. When I matter and I can prove that the court did this to me, then naturally I am entitled to considerably more damages, which are called punitive damages, people. And those are the from a court that punishes a defendant so that nothing like this happens again. So, people, I have filed this lawsuit requesting $10 million in Kings County Court, and people, I'm going to get it. But much to deny me access of this child with they have no way to fight this case. All the mother has already confessed to lying. People, I have all of this just waiting to go, but my child's mother's a fucking fool. She thinks she's gonna play with me because she's dealing with some dumb get probably was selling pussy to, and she's quite wrong. So, people, after I file this lawsuit, because we don't want to be all night, and we've already been 25 minutes, the next thing I did was I filed a lawsuit, but I had to do something else. So let me get to that really quick, beautiful audience. Now, when it is time to your parental rights, people, you can't just request from the court that you want to sign off on raising your child. The child is a responsibility that you should adhere to at all costs. But you shouldn't adhere to raising a child when it is detrimental to your advancement and your own future success. No, courts do not require men to sack their careers or their standing to raise children with mothers who are intentionally trying to harm them and destroy them. And there are thousands of case law, federal, to substantiate the malicious actions of mother in the relationship with fathers. This is why there's so much case law that supports the fact that fathers don't have to pay child support if they can prove that the mother is intentionally interfering with the relationship. Which is another thing I did to the dumb piece of shit, because she thinks she's just going to get a check. You're not going to get a check from child support if I can prove the child support that you're intentionally alienating me from the kid, which is what I've done. Child support to let them know, listen, this woman is intentionally keeping me away from the child. She's lying through her teeth. She makes agreements to do joint settlement agreements, and then because I tell her I don't love her. I can't see the child. Here is case law, XYZ case where the court has determined that a father's actions and emotional feelings towards a mother does not account for his relationship with the child, and a mother cannot use a child's feelings towards her to bar him access to the child. Child support saw this. They suspended child support payments 2 days ago, and I do not have to pay until the mother answers for the fact of why she is alienating from this child. And it can't be because she doesn't like me. It can't be because she feels afraid. She has to prove this, people. She has to show a text message where I threaten her. She's gonna have to play a recording where I have physically done something to harm her while she is taking this child from me. And people, she can't, because every interaction, smart enough, again, people, even when I pick up the kid, I record every interaction that I have with this woman, because I know she's a pathological liar, people. So I'm well ahead of her. So people, being tired of the lies of this woman, this is what I decided to do. This is what is known as, forgive me, I want to get my screen right. Boop. This is what's known as an emergency letter application being submitted to the supervising judge in Kings County. What is the emergency letter application? An emergency letter application is an application you can present to the highest judge of a local court. And then let's say if you're in Brooklyn, there would be a supervising judge for Brooklyn, and that supervising is Gilbert Taylor. If you're in Staten Island, there's a got his name, but I've dealt with him before. If you're in Queens, there's a supervising judge. If you're in Manhattan Family Court, there's a supervising judge. Every family court in the city of New York, in each borough, has one superior to all the judges in the court. So what I did was find that judge for Brooklyn. That judge name is the Honorable Gilbert Taylor. What I did was write the Honorable Gilbert Taylor, detailing him the entire domestic violence dispute and custody battle between myself and the mother of this child. I have told the judge how the mother of the child framed me with false reports. I have sent copies of the videos that prove the police report she filed against me. I was never at the house at the date and time she sent all this to this judge so this judge could see that I am a man who has been horribly civilly violated by a bitter and I don't want to be in a relationship with him. For sending this judge this emergency application, and people, this is not a short letter just because you think it's a letter. An emergency letter application is just that. It's a letter application. It's shorter than a brief, but it's meant to be as short as possible so you can relay what you have to say quickly to this judge in order to judicial intervention if something has been done wrong to you. And people, something was done wrong to me. So what I did was position. I contacted this supervising green. Like, I don't know what's up with this software lately. It's been fucking up. So basically, what I did, this is the rule of court that deals with notices, ability to hear, and contacting the supervising judge. I like to use a method called IRAC rule application inclusion. Basically, you present the issue you have to the court. You put the rule of court, the statutory or the case law requirement. You put how it applies to your situation, and then you wrap it up into a conclusion where you tell the judge because these rules, statutes, and case law, why you feel you need to be granted the relief or the action you request. So, people, I kept it simple, Judge. I listed the Article 1 New York State Constitution, the 14th Amendment that deals with parental rights of fathers and due process of fathers. I wrote down, excuse me, I want to just cite some of this case law. I wrote New York Penal Law 2515, contempt when someone doesn't comply with it. Let's go through everything I told the supervising judge of Kings County, because people, this is important, and I'm hoping that people are listening to this, realizing that when you're in front of a judge, that judge is not the last stop. There is the judge. You learn how to file an emergency letter application. You can get to that judge and you can present the issues that the corrupt judge that may be in your case is doing with you, doing to you. So hopefully the judge that's in charge of them can hold them accountable and make them do the right thing. People, this is work contacting the main judge of Staten Island and Brooklyn to get things done that the corrupt level was not doing. It's called an emergency letter application, people. Anyone who has questions about filing an emergency letter application, you can DM me and I'll give you a template because I've made a template just for I have to do it again, people, because I know like I said, people, you have issue. I like to use IRAC. And IRAC is the legal principle they taught me in my first law class, which says issue, rule, application. Showed you what the issue was in the first part of the letter. I told it alienating me, blocking my process, etc. I listed the rules of 14th Amendment, Article 1 and Article 6 of the Constitution, Article 6 of New York State Family Court Act, Article 8 of the New York State Family Court Act, and the legal is the best interest of the child, where it says the child's right to a relationship with both parents. A parent's negative feelings toward the other parent, even hostile, do not justify unilaterally denying visitation. And people, this is what the mother of my child has done relationship with her. She blocked me from raising my child. She interferes with me trying to get medical information with regard to my child's medical issues. She purposely interferes with the school and educational needs of the child. My child has been suspended because they've been lazy to comply with simple medical records and update shots. People, all of this is in this motion because I am tired of this disgusting excuse of a scumbag who calls herself a woman. People, this woman is fucking garbage. And it's my fault because when you're garbage, you cannot think you're going to come out with something of value in it, people. That rarely ever happens in life. It's rare that you can walk down the street, fall in a piece of shit, and come up with a diamond that's under the piece of shit. No, people, when you fall in shit, that's exactly what's going to be all over your face. I slept with a low-level piece of garbage, people, and I'm a low-level piece of garbage by being denied the right to raise my child, which I have legally and vehemently fought to do. And people, I'm tired of it. This woman doesn't want me to be a father because she thinks I have to be in a relationship with her. Fuck people, I got a trick for you, you ignorant bitch. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show a court everything you've done, and I'm going what you are alienating this man from this child. They're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna either issue me an immediate order mandating the state of the exchange of that child, like specific times, or this woman's arrest. Because if they give me that, people, then I won't sign over my rights. If they issue me an order from the Kings County Court, when I'm heard for this motion, that mandates the mother to change the child uh, by threat of an arrest, because I want no contact with her, then people, I'm gonna stay in my daughter's life. But that they refuse, tell me I got to come back for a trial, another hearing, and if they deny me an immediate order to regain access to my child, fuck yourself, and I will not be back in that court. If you want to grant the mother full custody, you go right the fuck ahead, because everything that I'm supposed to do, I'm going to put on the record the next time I go to court. The alien procedural due process of violations of the misconduct of the attorneys, and the fact that the three of these people have worked together to deny me access to my child. And I just want that on the record. If the court doesn't grant it and they tell me I have to continue this madness, because I've been in court 4 years no more after this court date, I'm not going to court to fight a case against a system that is working against me as a black father. I refuse. If this dusty piece of wants to try to raise the child by herself, I was in trouble. Because this woman is an ignorant, low-level, disgusting ass prostitute. And if the court thinks that that's better than a man who's in law school to raise a kid, hell ahead, people. One day, hopefully, my child, blubbering fucking idiot, be able to say who's my dad. She'll be able to be intelligent enough to dial a phone number, and she'll be able to call me. And people, the day my child does that, I will, until that day, if I have to deal with her scumbag ass, lying, deceitful mother, people with that child. And basically, that's what I said in this emergency letter application. Mother has purposely held the child from me. How the mother has purposely falsified information to the family court. Concerned with the child being abused, that the mother admitted on the record that she was working with a woman who abused the child to hurt me simply because she wanted to get revenge on me. People, the mother of my kid didn't even care about my daughter getting beat. She just wanted to hurt me. And people, I have her on tape admitting this. So I'm not even concerned with the fact that this bitch is going to lie and say she never said that. The you is going to prove you said that. So you can lie all you want. Once you get in court and they hear you wanted that girl more than you wanted me, people, she's done. And she said this on the record. So people, realizing this, I wrote the court and I'm asking this judge allow me a hearing this before a judge to relinquish rights to this. Well, I am tired. I am a man who has fought injustice for years at the hands of racist and bias within the family and criminal courts of New York and New Jersey. People, I have been completely right. Had completely never assaulted a woman. I have never verbally abused them. People, I have responded to the actions of these lying, jealous women and been totally victimized for it. People, Staten Island even framed me. New Jersey order of protection against a woman. The district attorney. How crazy is that, people? They were so desperate to prack man that the district attorney is willing to put his office on the line for a woman he was sleeping with and frame me for charges I never did. 3 days after I won a case against the same woman in New York. People, how is the system not fixed? It is total minority men when it comes to our rights, people. And the only chance we have at fairness, the only chance we have at justice, the only chance we have to truly have any power back. How do you take that power back? How do you fight a system when you know that system is so against you simply because you want to do right for your child? People, there's no way you can fight that system. Thing to do when you are fighting a juggernaut, possibility of winning. My mother used to tell me something all the time, people. She used to say, Clayton, you so rage against people, baby. But he who lives to fight another day, baby, sometimes it's okay to take a knee. Because if you take a knee, it gives you an ability to come stronger the next time and win. People, I can't keep fighting this woman for the rights to see a child she doesn't want me to see because she wants me to be with her, people. It's never going to work. Even if she acts good for a couple, she's going to do as soon as I get in a relationship with another beautiful woman, a woman smarter than her, a woman more intelligent than her, a woman who makes her look bad like the last woman, people, she's going to hate on me in my relationship and interfere with the child, people. And she's done it. Only a fool doesn't think that the same thing that is happening won't happen again, people. That's the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over for results. People, if you're going after your child, you're winning emotions, and every time you think that you're gonna come out, something happens to bring you right back down to the same damn stage. And people, you're legally right. You legally have all the orders. You've legally won all the case. You legally presented your arguments so it's right. But because of the corruption and the low level aspects of the system, the cops, the advocates, you can't get access to the things that you people absolutely not. That's not justice. That's not the way the American judicial system was designed, people. The judicial system was designed to grant people the rights they win in court, not to have the system withhold those rights from people or their sex. People, that's wrong. So yes, some people may say that I'm being a deadbeat by taking a knee and running away from the responsibility of this child. But people, the truth is, I'm not running away from the responsibility of the child. I'm running away from the piece of shit woman who is the child's mother. See, many times in life, people out there, and even if you were a child where your father abandoned you, don't always blame your father. You should truly, because many of the times that fathers leave children, it's not because they don't love the kids. It's because the father realizes how big a piece of shit the mother is and save himself, to save his future, and to give himself an opportunity to be something later for that child. He says, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. And people, I used to look at fathers who abandoned total piece of shit. My ex's father abandoned her, but people, ex's father abandoned her. My ex's father abandoned her. Her mother was the same caliber of woman that this piece of shit I got a kid by. So what the father realized with the mother filing false reports on him, lying on him, trying to destroy his career, his mother did all of this to her father. This is where my ex learned it from. This is her brothers, because he said to himself as a lawyer, as a man who wanted to do more, I can't be with this woman and she's trying to destroy my career and what I've worked years to get. Not that. I would rather let it go. They'll end up like her, and if they end up like her, they'll come back to me and they'll want me to be a part of their life. But I'm not gonna sit here and keep trying to fight this woman who truly wants me. So every time she sees them with someone else, get the hell out of here. No man should have to deal with the jealousy and bitterness of a baby mama who wants to destroy. Yes, people, I have decided to parental rights. If you want to keep stepping in and interfering and blocking my child, me and my child's bond, blocking my attempts to help her with her condition, keep stopping me from trying to be there for my child, I might as well go about my business, get a real woman who low level, ignorant piece of shit like you, have a baby with her. People, I can take care of that child. Yes, it will hurt me that I don't have a child. People, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna break my heart that I don't see my daughter for the years I. But you know what I'll be, what I will be. People have to worry about false arrest. I won't have to worry about false imprisonment. I won't have to deal with the stress that this sick woman is coming after me socially online, trying to destroy me because she's mad I'm in a new relationship with a woman. No, people. What I want is this court to grow away from this pathetic piece of shit so I don't have to deal with her anymore. That doesn't mean I won't send my daughter Christmas gifts. Absolutely, I will, people, but I don't want to have to come around that piece of shit for nothing. So I have created this document, and I have, through this emergency letter application, rights to this child. And I have presented a strong case of parental alienation where I can clearly verify the mother's intentional actions to separate and destroy my relationship with the child. And people, that's key. When you seek to relinquish your rights because of extraordinary circumstances caused by the other parent, you have to prove that the other parent is doing things that are causing you that are making it difficult for you to interact with your child. People, they have to take direct measures to be stopping you from dealing with your child, like if they're denying exchanges but they want you to be with them, like if they're making sexual advances towards you and when you refuse those sexual advances they lock you away from the child, like if you're providing for your child and let's say the mother asks you for money personally to get herself something and you say fuck no. Now she wants to send you publicly calling you a deadbeat because you don't want to give her money. But you taking care of your child, your clothes, food, thing your child is supposed to have. But because you choosing personally, now she wants to defame you and try to make you look like or a piece of shit. No, people, that's not right. Women don't have the right to lie on men, to destroy men's credibility, to attack man's social reputation because he doesn't want to be with you and support you if he supports his child. So people, I'm done. What I did, like I said, is I filed this emergency letter application with the court. You can see, people, it's done. We get to the end of it, it's signed. I'm done over, people. You don't want me to be a part of this kid's life, bet. Let's see how well you are, ass bitch. And I'm not going to give you a dime because I can report that you have intentionally denied me the right and access to my plan. A mother can't. You can read the conclusion of this, and you know I'm so simple. See, you know it's so simple. Look at this. Look at the signature. So you know, Clayton Howard is not a bullshit man. You see, that's the judge signed by Clayton Howard pro se. People, I'm not playing. I submitted this shit. I'm ready to go before the court. I have all the evidence against the mother. I have text messages. I have the recordings, and I hope she's watching yourself in such a position. Now you're gonna probably be investigated for the criminality you've been doing. You should have left this alone. You should have fucking let me keep my rights to my. I don't have to like you. My only obligation is to my child, and I have met that obligation. You can't hold a child from me because I want nothing to do with prove that to a court, and I'm going to have this court either do two things: be in an immediate order for that woman to exchange the child. If they do not grant that order, people, I'm going to wash my fucking hands, tell that judge to suck a big one, and I'm never going back to court because I don't deserve this shit. I don't deserve the best prostitute of a woman who wants to use a child because she knows that the kid is her only chance to get out of the fucked up situation she is by using the kid to stay close to me. No, you will not. What you're gonna do is go get your bum ass up, go get a job, get your life. The court should transfer the kid to me, but the court is not gonna make me deal with you people. Men abandon children all the time. The court don't make the men deal with them. The men realize that they can't win for whatever reason, or if they don't even want to be a part of the child's life. What do a lot of these do? People, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to legally put it on the record for several reasons. To grow up one day and be able to see this on the record and see how hard her father fought for her and what he was facing in this court. And pray God this child is so intelligent, or at least in she's like, wait a minute, my dad did a lot. My mother's a piece of shit. And I want her to hold her mother for the things that her mother's doing today. That's the only reason, people, because I know putting it on the record with the court is the ultimate what actually happening in this situation. Then I'm going to finish my lawsuit against the Kings County Court, and people, I'm going to win because they 100% violate rights and my procedural due as it relates to the 14th Amendment. The next thing I'm going to do, people, I'm going to hire an attorney, and I'm fighting this myself, and I'm going to use that attorney to keep this prostitute ass chick away from me for the rest of my life. Even if I the order for 50-50 exchange, people, I want a supervised exchange somewhere else. I want this woman to have no contact with me, and I'm putting somebody in front of her so I never have to talk to this disgusting piece of shit again, people. I am dead serious. And men in a situation like me, when you have a low level, disgusting ass woman that you might have gotten drunk or high and impregnated, and now you are suffering, you have the right to take your power back. You don't have to let that woman up your life. You don't have to let that woman try to throw you on child support because you have money, but she's doing things to intentionally keep you away from the child. See, as men, we get angry, people, and we want to take action because we're angry. But this is not a game. This is a game for the fox, people. It's not a game for a lion. You can't be so angry you always want to bite everybody. Lawyers are not lions. Lawyers are foxes. They learn how to traps. They learn how to set traps. They know how to deal with wolves, people. And that's what you have to be. Your child's mother is a fucking wolf. The woman you choose will become your greatest enemy with children, people. That is the woman who will want to destroy you for her failed hopes because she's going to blame you for every kids by men. They think that child is the savior if they're fucking bums like mine. She thinks the child is gonna uplift her because the child's father ain't about no bullshit. But the father gotta want you. The father gotta respect you. The father gotta want to uplift you. And no father his child's mother if the child's mother's trying to do fucked up stuff to him, people. This is why I choose to leave my mother in the garbage can I found her, people. And if that means that I have to abandon her for a few years, and unfortunately my child said that, then people, that is what's for the best interest of the child. Because I can do nothing. I'm stressed out to the point where I'm ineffective and not working. If I can't get a degree because the mother keeps trying to have me falsely arrested in the school, and my chances to get a law license, people with a bunch of false reports for fucking domestic violence. People, how is it? It's not meant to be fair. What it's meant to be is an oppressive tactic to keep minorities behind and keep women who don't deserve power and people. I don't choose to consent to that anymore. Let's fight. So for those of you who ask me step by step how you can do this, I can't give you a step by step way, but I can tell you that you need to do first. The one thing you're going to have to do when you choose to relinquish parental rights is you're going to have to figure out how to write what's called an emergency letter application. An emergency letter application is this thing I have before you. Basically, this is an application. The highest judge in the court that asks him to review the judicial misconduct that the judge that's assigned to your case is not doing. And then you're going to need a hell of a lot of proof to show that you are, the court should grant you the right to let this go. The court is going to argue with you. They're going to tell you the best interest of the child is both parents. But if you can prove that what allegedly it claims is the best interest and the mother is also against that too, without any justification, it has to either grant you your rights immediately or it has to explain why it won't. People, I don't choose to play with these fucking idiots. They ask on Front Street. Yo, listen, you have no. If you don't grant me this order right now, I will not be back in this fucking court, and this will be responsible for this child not having a father. I'm not doing this no more. My mother was a woman of incredible integrity. Encouraged me to do Clayton is be there for my kid because I had a piece of shit father. People, I have bled. I have bled for my for the last few years, people, and I can't bleed no more. That I end up bleeding out and dying before I can do anything for this child, people. You shouldn't have to fight for your child so much that it drains the life out of you, people. That's not fair. Courts don't care about fairness for men. Men are never respected in justice or the family court system. We're victims. We're victims of the system and optional victimhood on us, especially the good guys out there. I'm not talking about the pieces of shit dads who got a million women pregnant and don't really want to be there for the kids. They wake up and support their kids through working, who participate in court proceedings, who attempt to do the right thing for the kid. Disgustingly sick, petty woman that you had a baby is doing everything they can to be with that child. People that, and if the family court does not respect you enough as a male to take care of your child without defending a woman who's corrupt and misusing, you have the right to seek the means to relinquish that responsibility to save yourself. This ain't the Titanic, people. You don't have to go take care of a kid that a woman's trying to take you down with the ship with. No, you can't. It says it is people. Titanic had a really, really messed up scene. And I know everybody remembers. Every baby in Titanic. The baby that was there when they was freezing in the water and then the baby was let go and the baby sunk. So you saw the lady holding the frozen baby. That's basically what you're doing when you decide to leave a cold ass evil woman or with a child and walk away. You are leaving that child in the cold. But guess what, people? By leaving that child in the cold, you're allowed to go find help to come back and possibly save that child's life. And people, that's what I want to do. I'm leaving my situation with my child's mother I need. So when I come back, her loser, disgusting ass mother is not a problem for either one of us. Her mother won't be a problem for her educational needs. Her mother won't be a barrier that keeps her away from her father. People, there's only one way I can do that. Beat this damn court in federal court, beat her in federal court, and get an order that proves she did all of this. Then I can come back to the family court and say, wait, I want a trial. You guys violate parentally alienating me. I demand my parental rights back. And people, I will get them. Until people, I'm done. So this was my emergency letter. I can see because people, I'm quite serious. As I showed you, I sued the Kings County Family Court for about $1 million right now. And several days ago, I filed 1983 action pursuant to the Monell Doctrine. Court judge, the family court attorneys, and the staff that think they're protected by 11th Amendment immunity accountable. Because people, these judges think that they're immune because they're protected by 11th Amendment immunity, and so do you. They violate your rights because they have prosecutorial immunity, and judges have absolute. There is a legal principle, a legal doctrine that totally decimates that immunity, and that's called the Monell Doctrine, which began when a group to sue the city of New York for violating their paternal case in a case in the Supreme Court that granted people the ability to sue municipalities for the mistakes who work for that municipality. The family court is violating federal law by violating my civil rights and my procedural rights. I can use the Monell Doctrine to sue the family court of Kings County for these procedural due process violations, the discriminatory enforcement orders, and allowing the mother to nation on me without any justification or any see the child. And people, that's what I've done. I'm tired. I want this to end. And in ending this, I realized that the best way to do this is not after my daughter's mother. She's a pawn. She's the snake of the tail. The true head of the conspiracy is the family court and the judicial system. That's the snake's head. People, you have to kill the head in order to destroy the body. The woman lying on you is not really the problem. The advocates working against people is the people at the top, judges, the prosecutors. Those are the ones at the top. Kill the head, destroy the body, people. I choose to attack for the head. It's like Avengers, people. I'm going for Thanos, Staten Island District Attorney, because he was responsible for the conspiracy to defame me and to deprive me of my civil rights. I'm going after the family court because the family court has been actuated and continued this madness in the family court, despite the fact that women are proven to have lied on petitions where they still prosecute men, knowing the women lied on the petitions. People, a petition is a sworn instrument. How is it not okay when a man lies on a petition, but a woman lies and you throw it to the side so you don't have to admit that? Fuck no, people. So what I'm going to do is sue the family court and federal court. And people, they made people, if I win, this is a landmark case for fathers who are being used by the system, fathers who are being forced by the system to comply with bullshit lower than them ass women who use that child as a way to keep the men in their life. People, this bum ass chick will not use that child to stay in my life. People, I am more than willing to get on a new ship and sail far you if you think that's what's going to happen. So, people, this was another broadcast, episode 105, and it basically details some all women can take your power back from the court if your parent is intentionally alienating you from the child and that the court is doing everything it is to violate your process and deny you the protections of the 14th Amendment because you have rights. You have the you have the capacity, excuse me, you have the right of emotional stress. You have the right to be free of the constant jerk of gaining a relationship with being sucked away from you. Fathers, mothers out there who's going through the same thing I'm going through, and if that court won't grant you the rights, if the mother's working against you and the mother's being supported despite the fact that you have proof the mother's wrong, you have relinquished your rights to the child and let the chips fall as they may. And I'm clear, and I've elected that right. I've elected the right to step away from this child because the mother of this child is a disgusting, low piece of shit. And people, I'm a man who I refuse to be involved with a disgusting ass woman like this. So yes, I did abandon my child. I abandoned my child by petitioning the Kings County Family Court to relinquish custody of the child because the mother hated me from the child because I have refused sexual relationship with her. And people, I can prove it. So she can bash me as much as she wants. She's gonna have to admit to the things in those audio recordings. She's gonna have to disprove the things in those text messages. I have to prove that for the last 6 weekends, I tried to intentionally alienate that kid from me because I don't want to be with her. And the hardest part about that, guys, for a woman who's mad and been fucking up, is to prove that. Because women are so used to lying what they were, a lot of them aces people, because they know they can go into court and family court and lie. So why should they have to cover their bases? If you cover your bases by going on, there's no way a bitter baby mother. Stay calm. Document the things that's going on, people, and you're going to get them. Also, in Operation Rock, people, this is Clayton. This is episode 105. We call people, you can take your power back. You are not wrong if you decide to walk away from a child with a woman or a man who is trying to interfere with that child's right. You would deserve the ability to have a life, people. And today I encourage everybody who's going through this situation to follow my lead. By showing this court, by showing this woman, by showing this man, they're not going to be able to use something to subjugate you. You are a king, you are a queen, whoever you are, subjugate you if you don't allow yourself to be subjugated. And people, I don't allow myself to be subjugated to nobody. I'm nobody's bitch. I'm my own man, I'm my own king, and nobody hate me because of a child she thinks she's going to use as a tool with me. Not happening. On behalf of Justin Tune for episode 106, thank you for watching and have a